Tournament, people are making money, so they started taking back to the test playing countries. So otherwise, Dubai is a perfect venue for them. Hopefully one day we'll get 2020 here. And another important thing, I want to request all Mr. David East can help us a lot in that. There's a lot of 2020 cricket is played here. It is difficult for the boys to play a long inning, which is very important because once you have to go to international, what you will play under 19 or World Cup qualification, you have to stay 50 overs on the wicket. So we need to give a practice to the kids and all those people to play long innings. I sponsor the one tournament called Cricket for Care for all academies here under 15. First year we had round robin 25 overs, semi-final 30 overs, final 35. But this year we kept round robin 25, a semi-final 35 and final 40 overs. So kids can get chance to build their inning. But again, we saw it, all coaches they realized, hardly any team could manage to complete the quotas. I have requested all the academies, please, if you can't get the tournament, have friendly matches among yourself to give kids to build their inning and play a long inning to play for the future for the country. I hope everybody will support and I say no sports will sustain without support of private companies and outside. I request all our friends who are involved in business in UAE, please support the game. Without your support, it's very difficult for us to come up. Thank you.
Shyam, if you can just be around, we'd like Mr. Zahir Abbas to present a small token of appreciation for all the support that you've given us. Mr. Zahir Abbas. Sorry, but just before you sit down, Mr. Zahir Abbas, let's hear it from you. We've heard everybody already. Yes, you will.
Assalamu alaikum. Well, thank you very much, first of all, to invite me into your great city. And I'm thankful to Shyam Bhatia. One day he called me and said, why don't you come over for my 14th Shyam Bhatia Annual Cricket Awards? I accepted that. Why? Because he's a very different of mine. I would like to say that all my friends who are sitting here, I know them for the last many, many years. And mashallah, all of them are looking in great condition. And it's very nice to see that all of them are looking so smart and they are serving the cricket in this country. Shyam Bhatia love cricket, and if you go and see his museum over here, that is out of this world. If nobody has seen that place, I will request all of you to go and see that. I don't know whether he will allow all of you, but I will request him to go and see that. It's one of those top class, all the cricketers are there, you can see, and it's always nice. When I went there, first of all, I was really surprised to see how much interest he has taken into this. It's a great museum. Here I would like to request one thing. I know that this country has coming up in sports. One thing is not here, and that is dome. in air-conditioned dome. Because of the hot weather, cricket is impossible to play in this country. So if we build a new dome for cricket and all that, the teams will come and play, all the time. David East, I would like to welcome you here. He played against me many times and he got me out also, behind the wicket. So I wish you the best of luck and enjoy UAE. We'll give you a lot of love. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Zaid Abbas. Now may I like to invite Mr. David East, the CEO of the Emirates Cricket Board, to please come up and say a few words.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Zed, thank you very much for those kind words. Tonight, for me, is about inspiring young people, and the heroes that you've heard mentioned by those on the top table are some of the boyhood heroes of my career as well. I'd like to give you an example of what an inspirational person can do to a young cricketer, and that young cricketer was me. I started my professional career at Essex County Cricket Club when I was 20, just after I'd finished university. And my boyhood hero was Alan Knott, the Essex and England wicketkeeper, being a wicketkeeper myself. And to come into the Essex side and to be playing against Kent at Canterbury, against my boyhood hero, Alan Knott, was just an amazing experience. And we were fielding, it was one of my first-class games for Essex, and I was having a difficult time. It was a difficult wicket, and I wasn't keeping as well as I would have wanted. And I was getting a bit disheartened. And my captain at the time, another English cricketing legend, Keith Fletcher, former captain of England, was my captain at Essex on that day. And he said to me, "Don't worry about it, I'll get Notty to have a word with you at the end of play." And I was astonished that the opposition wicketkeeper, my boyhood hero, would even consider having a word with me. So Keith Fletcher at tea time brokered this with Alan Knott, and at the end of play we sat in the physio's room for an hour and a half just talking about wicket keeping, and Notty was listening to my concerns about why I wasn't able to keep wicket in the way I wanted to, and he gave me a few tips, and he actually helped me throughout the whole game. And in the second innings I got better. It was because of that inspirational speech that I'd got from, and that time I'd got from Alan Knott, my boyhood hero, which made such an amazing difference. So with these young cricketers that are coming along this evening and having the opportunity to meet one of the greatest players in the world, and obviously the history of these awards as well, that is a fantastic legacy to have for Shyam to have delivered these awards for 14 years, and for the number of young cricketers here in the UAE that has touched. I think that's a fabulous record to have. One of the things that I've learned in my brief time here, just approaching 5 months now, 5 months here in the UAE, the organisation of cricket here is extremely different from that I'm used to in the UK, and it's probably very unique in the way that it's organised here. And it did take me some time to understand it, how the councils interact with the Emirates Cricket Board and the cricket and the tournaments that's played. But one thing that's come through very, very clear is that the cricket that is played here is played with such passion, such desire and such intensity. But also it's played with great friendship, and it's played with great spirit of cricket. And evenings such as this evening are ones which bring and unite all of the councils together in terms of a national award ceremony here this evening. And it's that award which is going to inspire these young cricketers to go forward, and hopefully it will provide an impetus to those who aspire to winning these awards in the future. Shyam, thank you once again for all of your support. Your philanthropy and your support of cricket is absolutely fantastic, and long may it continue. And to all of you in the room who are involved in the organisation, the playing and the delivery of cricket here in the UAE, we can't do it alone. We all have to work together, and I thank you collectively for all of your support, which I know you will give me in the job that I'm hoping to do for you in the future. Thank you very much indeed.
Sorry, I'm coming back on the mic, but I'm not going to talk anything much. I forgot to mention the support, cooperation of the team of Dubai Cricket Council, which are working behind these awards. Without their support, this would have been not possible. So thank you, Mohammad Bhai, you and your team for these efforts. Thank you.
The game is played with 11 players on each side, but of course there are two umpires that stand up there and do an absolutely thankless job. We love when we appeal and have the finger go up of the umpire. These awards are for umpires for 2013. From the Abu Dhabi Cricket Council, the best umpire is Mr. Zahir ul Haq. From the Ajman Cricket Council, Mr. Syed Zargam. From the Dubai Cricket Council, Mr. Tariq Butt. From the Sharjah Cricket Council, Mr. Naveed Ismail. We have a special award for an umpire who has actually stood for 191 matches in this season to date. From the Dubai Council, may I request Mr. Akbar Khan. They all get trophies with a cash award of 1,500 dirhams each. She's represented the country in 25 matches and has taken 22 wickets already, with an average of 16.31. Her best bowling figures came this year in 2013 against Hong Kong in the ACC Women's Championship, where she bagged 5 wickets for 18 runs in the 5 overs she bowled. Ladies and gentlemen, special award for the best lady cricketer in the UAE for 2013, Humaira Tasneem. She gets a trophy and cash award of 1,500 dirhams. The best player from the Ajman Cricket Council for scoring 342 runs, 25 wickets, is none other than Mr. Nasir Aziz from Eurocon Alubon. 1,019 runs that included 3 centuries, 16 matches, an average of 63.68. From the Abu Dhabi Cricket Council, best player, Mr. Amjad Ali from United Bank Limited. ...301 runs, which included a century. From the Dubai Cricket Council, from Yogi Group, Mr. Swapnil Patil. 1,074 runs in the 4 tournaments that were played in the Sharjah Cricket Council leagues. From Afridi CC, Abdul Shakur. Moving on to Division 1, that's the first division league that we play out here. From the Abu Dhabi Cricket Council, the best player who scored 422 runs in 4 matches, with a knock of 172 runs being his highest. He averaged 140.67. The Abu Dhabi Cricket Council, Mr. Mohammad Shafiq from Abu Dhabi Gymkhana. He isn't here at the moment. Anybody from the ADCC? He gets a trophy and a cash award of dirhams 3,000. Again, from the Sharjah Cricket Council, 269 runs in the first division with an average of 53.8. That included 14 wickets as well. Mr. Muhammad Azam. He's representing Eurocon Alubon. Once the big boys are over, the young guys are going to take the reins in the few years to come. Let's move on to the junior cricketers of the year. Best junior cricketer in inter-school under 15 from the Abu Dhabi Cricket Council, who scored 161 runs in his 3 innings. He also bagged 4 wickets for 53 runs. It's Justin D'Souza. He gets a trophy and cash award of 1,000 dirhams. He is a very fine cricketer. I've seen him play personally. This year he scored 512 runs in 2 tournaments. He's got also 281 runs in another tournament that he played. From the Dubai Cricket Council, for the under 16, Shoaib Chopra. coming out of a century as well, which he made in the under-19 in Malaysia. From the Sharjah Cricket Council, for the under-16 best junior cricketer is Mr. Saleh Shakil. He gets a trophy and cash award of 1,000 dirhams. We'd also like to thank the various councils for some of the data that they've provided us, and of course the support that goes on throughout the year. I'd like to invite from the Abu Dhabi Cricket Council Mr. Wajad Hussain, Inamul Haq, and Mr. Shahnawaz Hussain to please come up and take a token of appreciation from the Dubai Cricket Council for the kind support. And of course, I'd like to, from the head table, to present it to my Honorable Secretary of the Dubai Cricket Council, Mr. Mohammad Lokhanwala. Yeah. He's on our back every time. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in the media. Without the media, we're nobody. And it's but right to also appreciate the efforts that they put in during the year in terms of support through the press coverage. From Khalij Times, may I request Mr. Pradeep Adur to please come up and take a token of appreciation. From Gulf News, Mr. Gautam Bhattacharya and Mr. K.R. Nair. From Gulf Today, Mr. Rajesh De Silva. From the Express, Mr. Jaideep Sen Gupta and Jai Prasad. We'd also like to thank from the .com, cricketlovers.com, Mr. Gopal Jasapara. And from the National, Mr. Amit Pasela. Ladies and gentlemen, the total cash awards that were given today was dirhams 27,000, and I really thank Mr. Shyam Bhatia to have this for the last 14 years. Right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. May I just request all the award winners to please, come up here to take a group photograph, so that it can go up in the press.
We would like to know your comments on the 14th annual Shyam Bhatia Cricket Award.
I think it's been a wonderful occasion to have Zahir Abbas here to present the prizes to so many inspirational young cricketers who are going to get such a great reward from the experience of being with him and in their peers as well. I think it's just a fantastic occasion, such a philanthropic gesture for Shyam Bhatia to continue with these awards for what is now the 14th occasion.
Have you visited the museum of Mr. Shyam Bhatia?
Not yet, but it is absolutely